Was here in the surroundings of Vienna, the battle of Ascot. Just a few weeks later, he lost the more important battle of Wagram against the French. But at least he showed you that Napoleon's army was not
Statue of the Greek goddess of wisdom, Athena, goddess of wisdom and justice. And this has been our parliament already at the time of Emperor Franz Joseph. And you'll see the Austrian National Theatre on the right-hand side. Probably the most important, the most famous theatre of German language in the world. The most famous German-speaking actors regularly come to perform here. That's the white building here on the right. It's the most important Christmas market here in Vienna, in front of the town hall.
Christmas market.
So they're on the left-hand side, Rathaus in German.
Vienna Christmas market.
They spend hours and hours sitting there, meeting friends, reading all the newspapers, playing cards, playing billiard. And they normally just drink 1 cup of coffee. Classical faculties, theology, philosophy, languages you would study here. And once again, to your left, quite a big church. They're in the back of the square. There it is.
Another one.
It's not very old yet, just about 160 years from the middle of the 19th century. The votive church. It is Roman Catholic. Now there are also a few modern buildings here on the ring. Not too many actually, but here on the left hand side you see the police headquarters. Which is pretty ugly as a building. Doesn't fit at all to all the others here. So much more interesting are the older ones. We'll see a very nice one in a few moments on the right hand side. A reddish building with columns in front of the entrance. On the right hand side, the Vienna Stock Exchange.
Stock Exchange.
For all these buildings here date back to the time of Emperor Franz Joseph. You'll see in a few moments on the left-hand side the statue of an Austrian regiment. See the name there. So until the middle of the 19th century, the city walls were here, right here where we are. That was around the year 1860. And then during the next 30 years, more or less, they built all those public buildings, the theatres, the museums, the parliament, and all the others.
The boat station.
And 3 times a day there is a ship going from here to Bratislava. It takes just about an hour. Equestrian statue here. And the white building behind Radetzky, this was in the past a letter to Emperor Franz Joseph, and he asked the emperor to let him go. He wrote, "Your Majesty, I slowly feel a little bit too old for serving in the army." Now the building here on the left-hand side should look familiar to you. You already saw it once on our way to St. Stephen's Cathedral, the museum, and also the Academy of Applied Arts.
City Park.
One of the ruling families of Europe owned a beautiful palace here until a few years ago. You'll see it on the right-hand side, where they sell those ugly Ferrari cars. And they're in the back of the square, just here on the right-hand side, white with lots of colors. It's quite impressive. There it is. Until a few years ago, the old princess still lived in a part of the palace, and after she died, the palace was sold by her children. You know, Sachs. There were 4 Strausses here in Vienna, not just one. The father Strauss and 3 sons. All 4 of them excellent musicians. But the most famous one, Johann the Younger. I just see one of the places where he played his music here on the left-hand side. This
last night.
Nice,
Yeah, we were here.
little
We were here.
palace or pavilion.
That's where you went?
Yeah.
It's one of the places where the balls take
Yes, the
place
place.
in the winters.
The theater, yeah. This is
January,
Johann
February,
Strauss.
Carnival, ball season.
Yeah.
Every night there are 5, 6 balls, and they take place in the palaces. Very elegant. One has to dress up. All the ladies, long evening dress. Well, here on the left-hand side, the Imperial Hotel. This is the official hotel for state visits in Vienna, the Imperial. And you always find it among the best hotels in the world. And that's where Queen Elizabeth. So now on the left-hand side, the Opera House, and right in front of us, one of the main shopping streets of Vienna, Kärntnerstraße. The street here in front of us, that's the street between the Opera House on this side and Saint. Go with our bus. Robin is here.
I'm Bettina.
Bus is coming.